Has watering your plants become more of a chore? And because of that, you haven't been able to put time into other things that needs to be done, or some of your plants have been dying? Well, over here, we were having the same issue. We were noticing we were just spending way too much time watering our plants. That's time that we needed to either prune or just to plant plants. And in today's video, we're going to show you how we were able to solve that issue. We hope you get some good information from what we have found. Thanks for watching and join us on this journey. We are right here inside the greenhouse. Today we bought some twine just to hang up the tomatoes here. That's typically how we do it. I was gonna get some sticks, but we just use twine. That's just what we like to use. We have a few of these as well. Some of the cages I'll show you right over here. We do have some cages, so we use those as well. We hang up the twine right along these poles, and I'll show you how that's done in just a second. We also have an irrigation system that we bought from Amazon. It was pretty cheap. It was about $40. Here it goes right here. I'll do a little unboxing for you guys. So we have some connectors. We have different tops. We have some that kind of like just roll like a fountain. And then we have some that kind of sprinkle out. So these are the two. We have this line. This is kind of like the main feed line, thicker line. And then we have the skinnier line, which is sections off into, where we want them to go. And so then we got different heads right there, some tees, some couplings. Only $40 off of Amazon, so we'll see how that goes. Today's smoke, this is something different. Not sure if many homesteaders smoke cigars, but I love my cigars. So today we got a Liga Privada T52. It's one of my faves. So yeah, really good cigar if you guys like cigars. If you guys like cigars, please let me know in the comments. Gonna smoke with my tomato plants today. No, just gonna have a good smoke while I do this. And yeah, so I'll show you guys in just a sec how everything is going. So first things first, what I'm gonna do is just get everything nice and straight, get everything up, and then we'll start pruning everything. Pruning is very important, and I'll show you guys why in just a moment. Erica found another cage in the garage. She found that cage in the garage. So right now what I'm doing is I put a string from right here all the way to right there. We did it last year and we had some really big tomato plants, and it held up just fine. So I'll show you how I did this side. This over here, I kind of put a string, put two strings, and then as they get bigger, I'll just keep putting strings along. I may end up putting another one right here in the middle of these two, and then I'll kind of just string them along, kind of like a trellis. That's kind of what I'm doing with these. All right, so I just have to keep going along same way I'm doing those. I got those two, just gonna keep going across. And the reason why I'm not going from that end all the way to this end is because, and then it'll kind of be weak in the middle, so I want them to be as strong as possible. So I'm kind of keeping the length a little short on the top, and because these plants do get very heavy. I am using Vigoro. There's 30 stretch ties. All right, so this is how it looks right here. That's how the packaging looks. This stretches, so as the tomato gets bigger, this will just stretch right along with it. Because what happens is, last year I did it with twine. Like I kept tying it with the twine, and what started to happen was the tomato plants, twine is not really stretchy, so it started like bruising the stems. So I don't want that to happen. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right here. I like this setup right here. Actually, this is my favorite, kind of like acting like a trellis right here. That's really my favorite right there. We do got to get some plants in here. And I'm not sure if we need a shade cloth on this. I have to check. I'm not quite sure. It's like my back is like burning right now, really. And we definitely need a fly catcher. As you can see, we got a ton of flies in here. So they're not really bothering me right now. They're kind of just doing their own thing. But we definitely have to get a fly catcher in here for sure. So yeah, after I do this, keep going along with that, get this done, and then I'll show you guys the pruning stage. I'm gonna tie this one onto the pole since it's a little bit off. It's not directly straightened out with it, but that's good enough. It's not too far off. If it's not too far off, I'll get it on the pole. When it's too far off, then I just tie it like on a string part, you know. But so I just do a regular knot, nothing fancy. There's no special knot for it. And then get some slack here, cut it. And then I don't want to tie it on to where as though it's really like tight. I'm just kind of creating a loop here and then letting it rest on the loop, if that makes sense. But so I'm not like tying it onto it to where as though it's straining the plant. I'm just giving it something to rest on, resting it on the bottom there. And then what I do is so it's just resting there. And then this is what I really kind of tie it a little strong with this, just because this stretches, like I told you earlier. All right, so we'll get that. This right here I'll cut. I'm gonna cut that off so we won't have to worry about that. Then this right here, the part that is turning, it's kind of bent. I'll tie it real tight on there. And then I could probably, yeah, I'll even tie this part on right there actually, just to get that lifted up. Tie this one to there. So that's what I did. See that? Just gave it something to rest on. I won't cut this one only because that's what it rested on. And if I cut it, I might just cut it there maybe, just to, you know, so it could still rest on there. But I'm definitely going to get rid of this and get rid of this. Reason is I want all of the energy to go up so we can have a nice yield up top. Want all the energy to go up top. I don't want it on here. I could keep this technically, but I'm just going to cut it. It might end up just growing again. I'll just have to keep cutting it. But yeah, I just want all the energy to just go right up. So we get some nice, good, yummy tomatoes. Don't want a whole bunch of, I don't want a whole bunch of little tomatoes. I just want some nice, juicy, big tomatoes, all right? So that's how we do it. This one right here is pretty strong. So we'll still get a string on here just to, so that as it grows, it just keeps growing straight. But this one is fairly strong. You could also do this if you want with your, you know, with your fingernail. All that little stuff, get rid of. This right here, get rid of. This right here, get rid of. All right, now all the energy will go up top. And we could also get rid of some of this. Right here. Right there. All this little stuff. We don't need any of that. It almost feels wrong. Like when you first start to do it, it kind of feels wrong doing it. Almost feels like, you know, it's like, wow, that was a whole bunch of tomatoes I just got rid of. I'm hurting it. You're not hurting it. By doing that, you are helping yourself. You're not hurting anything. So you see the white tube? There's a white tube underneath there. That is the tube that I'm gonna eventually connect to for right now. So I'll just have the irrigation system run through right here. And then I can tie in to the white tube over there. And what that white tube is, that's just connected. That's like an irrigation system for all the bushes on a perimeter. There's bushes way over there, and then these privacy bushes right here, and the front garden as well. I have to reattach the front garden, and then I have to reattach it to the nozzle coming out the house. But I broke the one in the front garden when we redid it, and then I accidentally broke the attachment where it attaches to the spigot coming out the house. So for right now, I'm just gonna set up the irrigation system, and then what we'll be doing for the time being is just hooking it up to the hose until I get that all situated over there. And then, yeah, so then I'll attach it to there and with a shutoff valve, or maybe even a timer or something. I want to have everything on timers. So as far as this sprinkler system goes, this irrigation system, we have these red ones and then we have these blue ones, right? And from here it says fan-shaped emitter, which is the blue ones, 8-hose drip emitter, which is the red ones. We only have very few blue and very few red, so I'm just gonna do 1 and 1, right? So like every other one will be red and every other one will be blue, just to keep it kind of equal. And hopefully nothing kind of like shoots out anywhere, because really we just want the roots watered. Blue. We just needed one more, which is wild. If we end up needing, or sorry, if this works. Oh, wait. Voila, found it. Nice. It's crazy. We had exactly enough. Wow, that's wild. I'll put the T on it. So it goes like that, T to sprinkler, T to sprinkler, T to sprinkler. Back out here, I couldn't finish it up yesterday. I kind of thought I finished it up, but then when I turned it on, what happened was, so we have 4 different ports coming out of the bigger feed line, and I was only using 2 ports to kind of like hit all these plants. So what I ended up having to do, I ended up having to use a 3rd one. So I have 1 for each row, 1 line for each row, but that last row, since there's so many tomato plants, I have 2 lines going into there. I have the line going from this row, I have it all the way, I have it also going over, and then I have the 3rd line going through there, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna turn it on, we're gonna see how it is. So we can close it off so that it's running that way. If I open it further, it spreads out further, but we don't want that. We just want it to have a little bit of a overflow, like just like that. That's perfect. So the red ones has the 8 holes. So that's the way we want that one running. I have to fix those a little bit. So that one's running good. This one needs to be closed a little bit. Open it up a little bit. Perfect. Yeah, so do I think this was worth the $40? So yeah, this is perfect. Oh yeah, did you open it up again? No. And we're gonna buy more for all the other beds. It'll help. We just want to make it so that we have it on a timer and everything just gets watered without us, you know, having to do it. Have to remember. Also, these lines right here, I'm just gonna run them across, maybe bury them a little bit so that they're not noticeable and no one trips. I really wanted these lines in the back since we don't really do any walking back there, but so I'll put the link in the description. So yeah, that's us adding the new irrigation system into the greenhouse. Give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching our channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Peace.